Archer and the Devil.
Welcome. Don't say anything. Welcome to the Archer and the Devil New Year's Eve Speciale. This week we've got fireworks instead of jingle bells.
This week we've got fireworks.
Yeah.
Because it's New Year.
It's New Year. We're celebrating a Happy New Year. Wait.
Honestly,
Wait.
These are the most depressing. What are they called?
I don't know. What are they called?
I don't know.
Tutors.
That's a perfect representation of 2020.
Sounds like a sad duck.
That's me breathing.
There you go then.
So, yeah, we're going to celebrate.
We are going to celebrate.
This is the closest thing we're going to get to a New Year.
What do you mean?
This is the closest thing we're going to have to a New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah, because we're not allowed out.
Not allowed anywhere.
Because we're grounded.
Because we're grounded. Boris grounded us.
Boris grounded everyone.
So, we're going all out. I got rum and beer again.
So we've got...
This is my last week with rum. I'm going back to just beer.
Yeah,
I was a nightmare last week.
I think it's probably for the best.
When I was going back over it to edit it, the amount of times when you were like, okay, so that's it. And I was like, no.
No, let's keep talking.
I
fucking love you.
I appreciate you. Which goes to show the kind of drunk I am.
I love you.
I'm a good drunk. I'm a happy drunk. I just want to dance and fuck. That's all I want to do. But that's a good way to shut me up, that is.
Sometimes it's a bit quiet.
Sometimes a bit quiet.
I don't have to leave. Do you just leave them on or?
No.
Just bring them
Didn't
in
we go through? Yeah, because this isn't as subtle as...
Yeah, it's quite... If because you can't see them,
Yeah.
it might just...
Sound like gunfire.
Sound like gunshots.
We've moved to the hood.
Yeah, so how was your year? Really? That bad? Shit. Okay, we'll turn
It's
that
a pretty
down.
wild assessment of the year.
Yeah, we'll turn it down.
So, 2020 review.
2020, 2K20
2K20.
review.
Go.
Are we starting straight away?
Oh, no.
Okay. So January.
So, yeah, we're going to do a month-by-month breakdown.
So, you know.
Because there were things that happened at the start of the year which you'll be like, that wasn't this year.
That is very true. When we was going through this, I was like, that was, what?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like
There was
the year
stuff that happened in September. I was like, that was this year.
Yeah, it's a bit much.
It's been an eventful one.
I think.
But you survived.
So we've got a list of things. I think the biggest thing on there for me is...
It's COVID.
No, it's not even COVID. It's Harry and Meghan. Megxit.
Megxit. That was in January.
Megxit.
When Harry and his bride,
Meghan Markle.
that's the one, decided to go
They didn't want to be part of the royal family anymore.
free of the royals.
Yeah, and then they spent £2.4 million renovating the house and then gave it to someone else.
And then moved to America.
And then moved to, Canada, I think it was. Didn't they move to Canada?
I don't fucking know.
I think they moved to Canada because obviously it's part of the empire. So
Commonwealth.
he's all right.
It's part of the Commonwealth.
Well, empire.
There is no
Commonwealth.
empire anymore.
It's all the same thing.
The empire ended officially in 1997.
It's all the same thing. The empire. But yeah, that was the...
That was the big event.
I mean, for me, probably not for you.
I didn't care.
Oh, okay.
What else happened in January? Donald Trump got impeached. Well, Ukraine said that we're going to do something for you.
My crane.
No.
Your crane.
My crane.
Right, okay.
So, your crane. Ukraine
My crane.
said, we're going to help you out with something. And he went, cool. Would you also mind while you're doing stuff? Just giving me some dirt.
Was that what? Is that what that was?
That's what he was impeached for.
Oh.
Because he basically asked them to get any information they could on other candidates.
And to use it against them. Dishing the dirt.
Yep. So he was using Ukraine and Russian spies and things
Almost
like that.
like he's been used to insider trading.
Almost
like he knew exactly what to do.
But the fact that it was recorded and he didn't think it was a problem to do that.
The billionaire businessman.
Yeah.
It's almost like he knew what he was doing.
Almost. So he was impeached in January.
Sad thing. Other than the Cats movie that also came out in January.
Oh, that did come out in January.
Kobe.
I still haven't seen it. Kobe R.I.P.
died. One of the greatest.
Is that one of the top three?
Yeah.
100% top three.
How did he die?
Plane crash.
Correct.
So he'd been to a game.
Yep.
And was on a private helicopter with another family.
That's why helicopters are bad.
And his daughter Gigi.
I would never go in a helicopter. Not because I'm scared of flying. I just don't trust them.
Yeah.
So many people die in helicopters.
Well, there was a guy, the
ridiculous.
Leicester City owner.
Yeah, Colin McRae died in a
2 years
helicopter.
ago. He did. Fuck, I forgot he died.
Yep.
All let alone in a helicopter.
Crazy. So many people have
Buddy
helicopter
Holly died
crashes.
in a... No, that was a plane crash. Buddy Holly did.
That was quite a famous plane crash.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But there's so many people.
Aviation all the same.
Helicopter accident. I forgot about the Leicester owner. That was like at the ground, wasn't it, pretty much?
It literally was. He was leaving the stadium.
Car park.
And
it's terrible.
yeah.
Helicopters are bad.
So 2021, no more helicopters.
No.
Locust in Africa.
Yes. And everyone was going, this year's going to be shit. This
Well, there was, at that point, there were rumbles of the C word.
Yeah.
But not.
In China.
Someone coughed in China was what basically the news coming
and that
through.
was it. It wasn't anything.
No one was taking it seriously. No, everyone was planning their festivals for the year.
Yeah.
Where they're going to go, the holidays. Yeah. I watched a video of a gig last week, and one of the bands on there were like, it was shot in January. So they're talking about, we're going to be in Europe for the festivals and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, no, you're fucking not.
Everyone was doing it, weren't they? Everyone's
It's such a weird,
going on tour.
It's such a weird thing now, seeing people talk pre-pandemic.
Also, people have got booked tickets for stuff like shows and gigs.
I had a festival and 4 gigs, tickets brought.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you're like, yes, that's my year planned out. We're going to do this. We're going to go here. We're going to go there. And nope. What else happened?
Australia burnt to the ground.
They was on fire
They were
for most of the year.
Fully on fire.
Yeah.
Like, I remember in Australia, they were sending in people, like firemen from all over the world there because the scale of the fire was that grand.
So I'm saying, so you've got January, so you've got Kobe's died, sad news.
It's a bad news.
Brexit, bad news.
We'll come back to that.
Australia and California on fire.
But in other news, to make it even worse,
Locusts, bad news.
And then to make it even worse, everything was cake.
there was a lot of cake videos.
There was that whole. It was mainly on Twitter, but it kind of like made its way as things do to other forms.
Everything. You didn't trust anything.
Everything was cake.
You're like, that looks like it. No,
we went
cake.
for a beer, and I wasn't sure if you were human or cake. There was definitely some skepticism on my side.
I am about 45% cake.
Are you?
To be fair, yeah.
I'm about 7.
Especially now, especially after Christmas.
I'm rum and pizza.
But, no, I think I'm a good percentage of cake right now.
Christmas, do you eat cake at Christmas?
I eat everything. If it's in front of me, it's gone.
Do you have a cheese board?
I had some cheese.
I didn't know what cheese boards were until.
Didn't have a cheese board.
It's been about 9 years now.
It's probably the first time all year I've had cheese since last Christmas, but I did have some cheese. Just cheese.
Okay. I don't understand it.
No, me.
I went to
Christmas.
I was at an ex-girlfriend's house, her family's house for Christmas. And after Christmas dinner, they were like, cheese board time. And I was like, is that a game? Like, what's going on?
Game.
And they brought out crackers and cheese. I'm like, what are you meant to do? Like, eat it?
What sort of game would cheese
White
board
people
be?
are weird.
What sort of game?
You're all
What sort of game would cheese board be?
a bad one. I mean,
How would you like play
I don't know.
cheese board?
Like Mousetrap.
You just leave bits of cheese around and people have to follow it.
Yeah. I'm having some headphone issues here.
What?
There we go.
Oh,
It
back?
just keeps coming out.
Oh.
Right. So that's January.
There we go. Yeah.
And then we went into February.
Are you going to sing if you want?
Probably not.
I mean, you've started now.
Yeah, but
Commit.
no. So the Oscars happened.
Commit to the singing. The Oscars was in February. Did it go ahead?
Yes, it did. I think at that point, COVID was more of a talking point.
Okay. But it wasn't really.
No, because it was a start. It was the 10th of February as well. So it was early on. It was early days.
Okay.
Parasite won the best film. Still haven't seen it.
Not me.
But I think it was the first time a non-English speaking film had won
That's right. Yes.
the Oscar for best
It
film.
was like subtitled, weren't it? I can't remember.
Well, it was in
wasn't it?
Korean, so
Yeah.
unless you can speak Korean, because otherwise every film's subtitled technically.
True.
But yeah, what else happened? Harvey Weinstein
What?
was imprisoned.
Was he in prison or did he die?
He was in prison. He's still alive.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he was in prison.
Which one died?
Not him.
Somebody died.
Who? Someone who?
Who
Someone
was the
what?
other one
Who was the other one? What?
that died? That everyone was saying was a conspiracy?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yes.
That was last year.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
Possibly the year before.
Harvey Weinstein's the director guy, isn't
He is
Yeah.
the one who used to be like, I'll put you in this film.
he? That's
Zip.
right. If you
Yes.
help yourself.
Perform sexual acts on me.
If you help yourself to my...
Bad man. Bad man, dem.
Also, I'd say probably the most important thing
This is the most important thing.
in February that happened.
On the 9th of February.
The 9th of February, what happened? Comment below. Wait. This happened.
Podcast started.
And the devil. Sure.
That happened.
That happened.
The Archer and the Devil podcast was born.
Premiered.
It premiered.
Debuted.
It was. Yeah, I know. It was February. I'm shocked as you
Oh,
are.
I know.
How long ago is that?
I know. That first podcast.
Because the wedding that I went to, that we initially sat down for,
Went to the pub, had a couple of beers.
was supposed to be New Year's Eve.
Yes, and it got flooded out.
And the place got flooded, it got cancelled.
Yes.
So they put it back to January time,
Yeah.
whenever they could get a booking somewhere else. And then, so I ran the speech
forgot
by
about
you.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran the speech by you, and you was like, yeah, okay. And I says, oh, we should probably do a podcast. And you went, okay.
Well, it was a bit better than that.
It wasn't. It was literally, we could talk shit forever.
We went
should
to
do a podcast.
we went to the pub. You had to go and print off your speech.
Yeah.
And then we got to the pub and you realised you've lost your speech. So we had to wander.
I actually did, didn't I?
We had to wander around town
And then I found it.
by
didn't I?
the church.
I forgot about that. It was just lying on there. It was all blew up the bank of
Up
the
the embankment,
church,
yeah.
wasn't it? Shit, yeah, I totally forgot about that.
And we went to the pub for what was going to be a beer.
Yeah.
And I think we were there for about 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it was during that time, it was like, you said we should do this as a podcast. And I want to stress this. I always get a lot of credit for people saying, like, it's great that you did it. I didn't do it. You did it.
Well,
you messaged me a week later, like, we're starting next week. And I was like, oh, okay then.
that is true.
So credit to you.
That is true.
You're why we're here.
Cheers. We should have put the fireworks on for the dead air.
Oh, yeah, we should
There we
have.
go. But yeah,
So that was February 9th, our first one.
So I spoke to
I think it was the 9th anyway.
spoke to Rob and said, "Do you fancy doing it?" Rob was like, "Yeah." And then a week later, I was like, "We come around my house, we're doing a podcast."
Well, we helped you move house in between.
You did. You did.
I helped you move house
That's
in between.
still our most viewed podcast
The first one is, I know.
very first
It's
one.
the worst one.
by a massive.
It's by
massive
far the worst
margin.
one.
Do you think?
Yeah, well, for me it was. You were fine. You're good in front of camera. I said this. Lee commented on your thing saying about how I'd be all right if it was like ribbing, yeah. But if I got a better co-host,
Oh,
and I was
yeah.
like, no, Jake's the talent. I'm just an idiot with a microphone.
Well,
Your balls are dropped.
I've had a balloon issue.
Credit also to you for decorating the set,
Well, you know, one of us has to make an effort.
and it's all you.
I've done the Christmas one as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool. I edited it.
That is true.
Yeah, there we go.
That is true.
But
But yeah, we started in February the 9th.
February 9th.
So our first
And now
one
we're
was-
25 episodes in with 5 guest ones. So we've done 30 of these bad boys now.
most viewed one is still episode 1 by a fucking massive margin.
By a minute.
Like 2/3.
Yeah.
Even bigger than our Johnny Ward one.
Which is our biggest guest one.
Which is our biggest guest one. Which is crazy. I don't know if it's just because it's been the longest or... I don't know why it's the most viewed one, but it's there. And if you want to go back and watch it, please watch
I apologise for the
last
fact
5
that
instead.
I hide behind my hair
He does.
for 2 hours
He does.
and go, yeah, I went here
Oh, it
too.
was 2 hours long as
Yeah,
well,
it
wasn't
was.
it? Remember
We
them
started off
days?
with the 2 hour bad boys.
Shit, man. We had a lot more to talk about. To be fair, a lot more was happening then. So we got a lot more to talk about.
Well, we hadn't told our stories yet.
True. We haven't told a travel story for ages.
I was thinking that a couple of weeks ago.
For ages.
But they happened organically. We didn't ever try and make it happen.
No.
It wasn't like this one time at band camp. Oh,
Maybe we'll bring the travel stories back.
Well, I feel
Next
again. If we're ever talking about Cambodia, I'll tell you a Cambodia story.
We'll talk about it next year.
And then we go into
Lebanon.
March.
Where?
March.
Where?
March.
Okay, there we go.
Is that better? March. Pandemic hits the world.
Yes.
Global.
But worse than the global pandemic.
The fuck lockdown.
Tiger King.
Well, one leads into the other.
Possibly the worst thing to come out of 2020.
2020
in my
was Tiger
opinion.
King. But I do think there's a natural progression between lockdown, you're all at home, you've got nothing to do, but you've all also got Netflix.
So, now's
Here's
the
a
time to
brand
shine,
new
Joe
show.
Exotic.
So, I mean, how many people would have watched Tiger King if it had been out?
I think that is true. I still haven't watched it.
You're missing
I
nothing.
still haven't watched it.
I watched it because everyone wanted. I didn't know what a Carol Baskin was,
No, me either.
and I didn't know what anything was.
Cool cats and kittens.
So,
I know that much.
so my mate started texting me saying that, like, and I'm like, "What you on about?" Like in group texts.
Did you unfriend him?
No, because I didn't know what it was to start off with. I haven't unfriended him since either, but I probably should. But I watched it. It's pretty shit.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
I'm sure we've talked about it before.
There's a couple of elements of it. It could have been an episode long.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's like a 10-part series, I think.
10
or 6. It's been 7 months.
It's not. No,
it's been 9 months.
It's not for me. I don't think.
You're missing nothing.
No.
They're making a film about it now.
Oh, jeez.
And
He's in prison.
Nicolas Cage is playing him.
He's in prison.
I know. No, yeah, but he's not going to play himself. Nicolas Cage is playing Joe Exotic.
Oh, fucking Carol Baskin's not in it.
But the thing is, by the time it comes out,
Looks like she's been dug up.
no one's going to. Well, they'll dig up her husband and find out.
She's got a lot
no
of
one cares
tigers
anymore.
to look after now, isn't she?
No one
Anyway,
cares.
what else happened in
Well,
March?
March.
Anybody got the shits?
Because toilet paper ran out globally.
Toilet paper was apparently a big deal.
Big deal.
Yep.
That was a fun week.
I never ever got to the point where I was ever running low. Ever.
Same.
Like, I don't know how.
Apparently, someone tried to return toilet paper a couple of weeks ago. Somewhere.
Oh, they got told to Jeff.
They got told to go fuck themselves.
Good. Good.
I like that you've got that at hand just in case you need to.
Oh, it's broke.
As long as one of ours works, it's all right.
Yeah, I think he's.
That was when everyone downloaded Zoom. No one knew what Zoom was. Skype had a 13-year head start.
I still never use Zoom.
And in a week, I downloaded it because my dad wanted to use it for his golf buddies once. He had a Zoom golf chat.
Right.
And with my parents, as I said to you before how I got Facebook, my mum wanted to use Facebook.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it, didn't know how it worked, so I downloaded it. Well, I made an account to teach her.
Right.
Zoom was the same. So I only ever got it to teach my dad how to use it.
I mean, we tried it for the podcast, didn't we? And
We did, the Johnny Ward one.
Work,
Yeah,
so we just used Skype instead.
They had that 13-year head start.
I don't know what the.
Zoom was a thing.
I don't know.
Zoom's still a thing. I mean, a lot of people have only worked from home since March.
That is true. A few people still haven't gone back, have they?
So, yeah, well, a lot of industries haven't.
Shit, man.
And won't either. It is weird because I listen back when making notes today to work out when we first started talking about COVID.
Right.
It was episode 6, so it was March 15th.
Right, okay.
That was the first time. I think we talked about it before in the zombie.
Oh, yeah.
So, but March 15th was the first podcast we did where we were like, okay, this COVID thing's a bit serious.
Do you remember that picture you done with all the weapons on?
Yeah, yeah.
Choose your weapon.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, that was March. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And now, look at us now. If only we'd known then.
Even though it's like everyone's going, I can't believe it's Christmas already. And it seems like it's gone fast. Also, it seems like it's been the longest fucking year ever. Because, because I would never think that was only 9 months ago.
No, like, I remember I went for all those walks in the summer. That doesn't seem like it happened this year.
No, that's what I'm
at
saying.
all.
But
Like,
everyone's
at
going,
all.
shit, man, last time I blinked, it was March. Now it's December.
But yeah, it's gone quick, but also lasted 17 years. So it's like... But it was March was a crazy time. What else happened in March? Oh, the stock market crashed.
Yeah, wasn't that because of COVID, though?
It was because of COVID. Everyone thought 5G was going to murder us all.
Yeah.
And everything got cancelled. Premier League got stopped. Coachella was the first festival got cancelled. And after that, they all did. So any plans anyone had for this summer, and everyone was like, hopefully by June.
We'll be fine. Yeah.
And you look back now.
You can't stop wishful thinking.
Oh, no. I mean, even now, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully by 2021.
Yeah, true. Hopefully by this time
But tomorrow.
next year. Yeah.
Good luck.
This time next year. But
Yeah.
no, I remember March, SpaceX sent two men, Bob and Doug.
Bob and Doug.
They sent Bob and Doug, the astronauts, up to...
That one was quite loud. If that annoys you, I'm not.
Don't care.
Don't care.
They sent Bob and Doug to the International Space Station, and I watched all 4 hours of the launch live on Twitch with 5 or 6 different people.
Yeah, you had to go at me after that. Why weren't you watching it?
Yeah.
I can't remember what reason I gave.
Probably because you just don't care enough.
Probably because I don't care enough.
Where are we now? So
April.
April. We've got...
and then May.
Yeah. Yeah, then May happened.
No, April was Quibi.
Remember Quibi?
No.
No, me.
There you go.
So
May.
King Jong-un
Got ill.
Did he though?
Did he though?
But
was it COVID?
Well, supposedly it was COVID.
Right.
But...
Because that was when you were saying how one person got it Now no people have got it. No one person's got it.
Yeah.
Because he was just killing them all.
Yeah.
Just sneeze. Just kill him.
Yeah, just gone.
Kill him.
But no, they said it was COVID, but I think they also denied it because they said, how could their great, glorious leader ever be weak enough to get COVID?
Yeah.
So they denied it all, I think. But I don't know.
My favourite is still...
Move that glass, please. It's worrying me on the edge of the fucking table.
There was a thing about Kim Jong-il, sorry, this is Kim Jong-un now, his dad, that he rode from his mother's vagina on a great stallion. It's what they're taught. It's what they're taught. It's what North Koreans are taught. That man rode from his mother's vagina on a great stallion. And I've taken that once. I always, every birthday... We've discussed this before about Sonny Palooza.
And they're forced to believe it as well.
And I give a big spiel about how it's my 32nd revolution around the sun or whatever it is that year. And I wrote one year, it's my 32nd revolution around the sun since I tore from my mother's vagina on a great stallion.
You're just like King Jong-il.
Just like him. What else
Almost
happened?
the same guy.
Or practically.
Well, I mean, on here you've wrote white people, so I don't really know what that means.
White people was...
Right.
You were with me when I made these notes. And I did tell you at the time why I was writing white people.
Just let me read May. So we've got King Jong-un, white people, George Floyd, murder hornets, America burns to the ground, UFO video, NHS clapping, SG towers burn, 5G towers burn, and Hitler.
And BP Hitler.
BP Hitler?
Yeah.
What's BP Hitler?
I had to Google it because I forgot. We'll get to that. So, white people were complaining because they couldn't get their hair cut.
I don't think it was just white people.
It was what?
Wasn't
Okay,
it all people?
It was like 97% white people in America. Started kicking off about the fake pandemic. We want a haircut.
That hasn't changed.
I want toast.
The plandemic.
I want my avocado and toast.
Right.
The plandemic. That was the word I was thinking of. So all these people started complaining, saying that the government were taking down their rights.
Yeah.
All these Karens, as they're now known.
Second Amendment.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech.
And they were pushing fucking the army, the police, screaming at them, no masks or anything. Then George Floyd died.
Yeah.
Well, a few things happened before that, because that was the end of the month. So, what have I got on your... Hang on, I'm going off yours. Murder hornets.
Right.
They were hornets. They were murderous.
Okay.
They were 17 feet long. Bit exaggeration.
I think so. I think you might have looked at the wrong picture for that.
They were pretty big though, right?
That's not 17 feet.
No, it's not.
I dread to think how big you think your old lad is. Jesus Christ. It's like 4 inches. But any hornet that's bigger than your fist is quite a scary thing.
Yeah.
With a big old stinger on him.
The UFO video came out.
Yes.
Which was that the American government released the video because they have to after so many years.
Yes. An unidentified flying object. Doesn't mean it's aliens.
Doesn't.
Just means it's unidentified. They don't know what it is.
Exactly. But it seemed pretty alien.
Yes.
And everyone went, "Oh, okay, that's this month."
Yeah.
That's what's happening this month then.
That was kind of the tone of the year then, weren't it? People was like, well, I don't put anything past anybody this time.
The government decided to celebrate our great health service by clapping for them.
Yes.
Not going to pay them more.
We clapped for... No, the government didn't decide to do that. The public decided to do that.
I think it was government-led.
I don't think it was a government thing.
I'm pretty sure they paid him in claps. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think it was.
Well, we paid him in claps then.
I think it was an appreciation
Take that to the bank, love.
From the public.
Thanks for keeping me alive.
The government got involved, but I don't
Oh, they clapped too?
Yeah, but I don't think it was their idea.
Did you clap?
A couple of times.
You had to clap?
Most of the time I forgot.
You don't want to be shunned.
And then I'd open the window and go, what the fuck's that? Oh shit, everyone's clapping.
I clapped.
And then run downstairs, open the door just as everyone was going home.
I missed a couple of them because I was out on walks.
I would usually walk in the dog, so I'd just hear people
Because it was like really nice summer.
And I clapped to myself.
Yeah. I missed the last one because finally everyone was like, you know what?
Did you do it on Christmas Eve? People was ringing
The
their
bells.
doorbells on Christmas Eve or something.
Is that what they were doing, ringing the doorbells?
So. My dog just went wild for like 10 minutes. And
No,
then
that was for
the NHS?
It wasn't for the
Key
NHS.
workers?
It was key workers, I think.
But I couldn't remember. I totally forgot even what day it was, let alone what time it was. So I didn't realise that it was even Christmas Eve. And then people was ringing the bells, and then that was it. The dog just started barking. I thought there was fireworks. Turns out it was
Thought there was
doorbells.
what?
Fireworks. Baby, you're fire. We should have just done that. Just put Katy Perry on repeat.
Oh, that's a banger, that is.
Should have just done that.
No, it's not that one. It's Raw. Raw's a banger.
But that doesn't mean anything towards
Oh,
fireworks.
I think around March as well was when Blinding Lights by The Weeknd.
That you're still listening to now.
It changed my life.
Carry on. What
No,
else?
no,
What
'cause
else?
this is important on a personal level. I was struggling. Right, I was having a bit of a moment with everything going on in the world.
Yeah.
Then this song appeared to me
Like an epiphany.
like a baby Jesus singing a song.
Okay.
Oh, fucking Jesus mention every time. And it changed my life. And I think when it came out, I listened to it for about 14 days straight. I'm not exaggerating. You know when someone's like, oh, let's do a song for like 3 days? What I mean is I put my headphones on and listen to it. And then I'd go to my car and listen to it. And then get out of my car, put my headphones on and go for a walk and listen to it. Then get back in my car and
Just
listen
the
to
same
it.
song.
Over and over.
Why?
Because it was like an itch I couldn't scratch. So I had to keep listening to it to scratch it.
But why? What?
It's just the best song of all time. I'm going on a limb saying it. Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, best song of all time.
Happy 2020.
5G tower burn. Oh, nice. It's that part of the show now.
That was for the weekend.
We've gone all out here.
Anyway, you've woke the dog up. Carry on.
Sorry, Scarlett. Oh, there's a lot of smoke. You got a smoke alarm in here?
No.
That's a good job. 5G towers burned to the ground.
Yeah, people set them on fire.
Yeah, there's one round here, wasn't there?
Yeah. In Birmingham somewhere. Shard Wood End, Chelmsford Wood, somewhere like that. Where all the intellectuals live. They burnt literally
I'd
burnt
say
it
I'm
down.
sorry if you're listening from there, but you probably don't know how to turn a computer on, so it's
literally
fine.
burnt it down. Well, they can't listen to it. They've got no 5G. You know what I mean? What are they going to listen to it on? That's what happens when you burn shit down. You suddenly go back into the dark ages, and,
That is
and then
true.
they complain that they've got no internet.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But yeah,
Good job.
March, May.
Wait, and finally, BP Hitler.
Yeah, what's BP Hitler?
BP fired someone for watching that.
Oh yeah, that was my story.
It was your story.
My story, yeah. There was that meme, weren't there? You know that video that goes
From
around.
the movie Downfall.
Yes, but they changed the subtitles. There was one. They always done for football.
For
teams
Liverpool, for
and
Leicester in the league,
all that
for
sort of stuff.
for everything.
Well, the guy that worked for BP, they was doing some sort of corporate takeover or something like that, or there was something happening, and I don't know if he made it, but he shared it that where they changed the words to
COVID.
no, to the negotiation team are not very good, and
Oh.
they should do a better job, and the usual Hitler stuff, like he's getting angry that they're not, and all this sort of stuff. Shared it into like a group Facebook page, whatever.
For work.
The gaffer's seen it and went, no, we're not having that. Sacked. You're fired. Give him the finger. See you later. You're fired. So off he went. Took him to court, and the tribunal declared that it was funny. They went, no, actually, this is pretty funny. Give him his job back. So they did.
And he got $200,000.
He did for unfair dismissal. So he got his job back. It turns out that his meme was funny, and he got his job back. So
I mean, I'd be more happy with the $200,000.
BP Hitler.
BP Hitler.
Totally forgot about that story. There we go.
Okay, so where are we now?
I mean, you've gone straight past Black Lives Matter and George Floyd.
Oh, yes, no, I wasn't going past it. It's just I didn't want to
okay.
talk about funny stuff. And then we
Fair. Yeah.
that was at the end
Then
of the
a man
month.
died.
Yeah, then a man died. So 25th of February, George Floyd
Yep.
was murdered.
Still one of our most controversial podcasts for Black Lives Matter.
It wasn't really controversial.
It's one that most people talk to me about.
Is it really?
Yeah.
No, no one mentioned it to me.
Probably why. I know why.
I can think of several reasons.
Yeah. But it's...
It got I got a lot of thanks for it. I got a lot of appreciation for that episode. That was episode 9.
Mine was mixed.
We hadn't been around for a while because of the C word, because of lockdown.
Yeah.
It had been a while since we'd done an
And then we
episode.
flew straight back in with that.
I was so adamant we have to
Yeah.
do this.
I was on the fence to begin with.
You and Rob were on the fence.
I was on the fence. Rob didn't want nothing to do with
Yeah,
it because
yeah.
Rob just thought it was too controversial. Rob
But-
didn't want to stir the pot.
And I think at that point, Rob wasn't very familiar with me either and was like,
No.
he might just come on and be like, fuck white people and
Yeah.
fuck this and fuck that, which wasn't what happened.
No.
We tried to speak about it from an...
Well, I was kind of the voice of the internet.
Yeah.
And you was the
voice of the internet.
normal human beings. And I was kind of like, well, what about this? And you told me why. And what
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that? And you told me why. And I still use them same arguments now. Like I was
Yeah.
actually talking about it on Christmas Day.
Really?
Yeah. And it all comes down to the Lewis Hamilton effect. Why is he doing this and why is he doing that? I used to like Lewis Hamilton until he did this and until he did that. And I'm like, yeah, but what does it matter?
Yeah.
the point is, this very conversation that we're having, that's the simple matter of the fact. The point is, he's using his platform to raise awareness. We're having this discussion round the table on Christmas Day.
Because
of Lewis Hamilton, because of Black Lives Matter. Whether you believe with their political agenda or not, the sentiment, end racism, is still the same. That doesn't change.
No, completely.
It doesn't change. We were talking about Colin Kaepernick, and I was saying 4 years ago, he lost his job. He was ousted. Now the NFL are going to him. He's now a spokesman. He's they'll ask him for advice, like what do we do and all that sort of stuff. 4 years ago, he lost his job. They cast him out because he was taking the stand.
Because he decided to silently protest.
Exactly. So
and there was a lot of things that came about during that time, because it was like happened at the end of Feb, end of May, but June was really when the protests. I went to 2 protests in Birmingham here. It became a global thing. It's all the news was about. Like pandemic got pushed to the back. The statues started getting pulled down. There was one of Edward, what was his name? I wrote it down. Colston. Got pulled down. 4 people got charged for that as well.
Did they?
This month.
I suppose it's vandalism.
Fuck it, no, it's not. They did a public service, in my opinion. But yeah, June was a heavy month.
Yes.
A heavy month.
It was tough being on the internet in June. It was tough.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough being black. So, I mean...
Not just in June.
Not just in June.
No, that was
which
the
is
point of
why
the conversation.
I think one thing that did happen, and I remember saying on the podcast at the time, was my worry was that once the next thing came about, this would get forgotten about, and I think a lot of it has. I know a lot of people were like, we're learning. Bear with us. We're learning. So what have you done with that learning now? It's been 6 months.
Yeah.
So how has your life changed? And yours has. You are a lot more vocal against it now. I've seen.
Yeah.
I remember saying to you at the time, and I'll say it again now, I'm genuinely proud of like...
I was on the same side as everyone else.
Yeah.
All lives matter. Why is it such a big deal? And then what changed my mind on it was when I said to you, like, how often do you suffer with racism in your life? And your answer was, what, today?
Yeah.
And I'll tell everyone that because it's still, like, I speak to you every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
And at no point does it enter my mind that you're suffering abuse in one way or another.
It hasn't been this year. I've probably received less than any other year because I haven't been out.
I was just going to say, is that because you've been out?
I haven't been out.
But that's
how you fix racism.
Just don't.
No one leave the house.
Don't leave the house. Yeah. But yeah, white and fucking other. But that's what changed my opinion on everything.
Yeah.
And it never once entered my head that would be an issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, yeah. If you're blind to something, In the same way, if someone who was like homosexual, if I was like, how often do you receive homophobia? If they were like every day, I'd be like, fuck, I didn't know.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
because it doesn't affect you. That's the whole point of
it.
Everything.
It is completely.
Anyway, let's not go back into it.
Well, yeah. We've got an episode about that already. So if you haven't watched it, I recommend it. I think, especially if you're on the fence about it.
It's not a bad thing at all. It
wasn't.
Gets a bit heavy, but it's
a heavy subject.
It's good information.
Yeah,
I think very good information.
That was episode 9. That was pretty heavy. I mean, June was pretty much dominated by that, and everyone went to the beach as well.
Oh, that was it, weren't it?
Because especially the people who were moaning about, why are these people going to protest? And then as soon as lockdown ended...
Was that the end of the first lockdown?
Lockdown 1 ended at the end of June, I think. It was like the 24th-ish. And everyone went to the beach. I say everyone, not everyone, but I didn't go. But lots of people went to the beach. And it's like, well, how are you going to moan about people protesting and then go and sit with 3,000 people?
That's why.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We know why.
We know why. Then, and the festival started getting cancelled.
Yes.
The rest of them.
And that's when it started to hit really as well, weren't it?
Yeah.
Because that's when they would have started. So that's when people started to notice.
Yeah. I think it started affecting, that's when people started getting angry about it. Because it's like, well, hang on. I had Glastonbury planned. How dare you?
Go now. You've taken that away from me.
And then July, Donald Trump was hacked. Because his password.
Donald Trump was hacked.
We say hacked. It's not really a hack if someone just signs into your account.
Somebody guessed his password.
Go on, what was it?
MAGA 2020. That was the most powerful man in the world, the president of the United States, the commander-in-chief.
That's just jizzed on us.
His password for his Twitter account was
MAGA
2020.
I mean, that's the president.
And literally somebody went, I wonder if this is... Oh, shit.
He's got his finger on that red button.
Yeah.
I really hope they rewired that red button before he went in.
Do you think? Because I reckon he changed it to 1, 2, 3, 4. I reckon that's what the code or 4
Try
zeros.
it. I mean, you have to know. Actually, you don't even know his needs to know his email address. You just need to know his user handle, which is real Donald Trump.
President, put the codes in.
1,
2, 3, 4.
I'm the best at counting. I know all the numbers. I'm so great with numbers.
These are all my numbers. But yeah, and he got hacked. July.
That was in July. Liverpool won the Premier League
finally.
after 30 years.
And wasn't the season extended?
It was delayed.
Well? Yeah.
So it normally ends in May.
And they thought they weren't going to get it, didn't they? They thought the season
would have
was
been funny.
cancelled. I would have loved that.
It would have been funny. Yeah. But no, they won in July after 30 years in front of no one. Because the fans weren't allowed.
Because no one was allowed.
But there was massive celebration in Liverpool.
They was going to do the open bus tour as well.
Yeah, but they didn't. But there was still loads of celebrations outside Liverpool. Which, you know what, if you're going to celebrate, go fucking celebrate.
Yeah.
Just
they've won the league.
It's been 30 years.
They've not won fuck all.
You haven't been out of the house for 3
You know
months.
what I mean?
You know what I mean? Exactly. Kanye, Mr. Kanye West, friend of the podcast.
Friend of the podcast.
Long time listener.
Wait, Kanye West?
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
The most genius man in the whole world, Kanye West.
That guy.
I did not know about that button.
Who,
Is that what you were doing when I got here?
Who was it?
Mr. Kanye West?
You married the most genius man in the whole world, Kanye West.
That guy?
That guy, right.
That guy?
I know what you mean.
Mr. Kanye West?
Yeah.
Or as he should now forever be known, President-elect. No, he's not President-elect.
President-elect, President-nominated.
President, yeah. Former presidential nominee. Yeah. Comedy.
Was he nominee or a candidate?
Nominee, candidate. I don't know.
One or the other.
One or the other. Nominee, I guess.
Right.
Or was he? Yeah, 'cause he was never nominated. Yeah, he was on the ballot. I don't fucking know. Kanye West.
He'd be a candidate then, surely.
Yeah, candidate. Ran for president in July.
Yeah.
I'm a bit gutted he didn't win, to be honest with you.
And me. It'd have been...
The most
amazing outcome if that had ever
It really would have. Nicely done.
I've changed
Very
that
nicely done.
That's now a new.
The most.
That's it.
You shouldn't be allowed toys. Is that what you were doing when I got here?
Yeah.
He was like, I walked in, he was like, are you going to ruin it? What am I going to ruin? I was like, I'll go and smoke.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that friend of the show,
Kanye West.
You married the most.
Is there two different buttons for
genius
it?
man in the whole world, Kanye West.
That guy.
Yeah, we've got that one, and then we've got
the most.
Just most.
The most.
I mean, it's not the best edit, granted.
It's there now. It's all right.
30 seconds.
You did well. I'm proud of you.
I know.
So he ran for president in July.
Yes.
Along with something like 29 other people on the Democratic side.
Was there?
On the Democratic ballot.
Just took the name in the hat.
Yeah. I think it's like seconded or thirded or something like that. But 29 of them ran. At that point, there wasn't a clear front runner, but it ended up being Joe Biden. But we'll get to that. Also in July was that one singular day.
Friend of the show also.
Not a friend of the show.
Jeff Bezos.
What?
Hit me up, Jeff. Let me rub that little bald head of yours.
Earned $13 billion.
Well, he didn't. Amazon did.
He earned $13 billion
in one day.
In a singular fucking 24 hours.
He didn't. His company.
And you pricks are still buying shit on Amazon.
As a whole.
I saw a thing. I watched a thing this morning. Like CNBC posted a thing about GameStop, which is an American company.
Yes.
Who are now closing stores and going online only. Mm. And there's a big kind of like, how are you going to survive in an Amazon conglomerated industry? Yeah. When a company like GameStop, who, if you haven't heard of them here, are fucking huge. GameStop are a big company in the US. And when the argument is you might not survive because this bald-headed...
It's not him.
Tyrant.
It's not him.
Man. Yes, it is.
He's not a tyrant.
Yes, he is.
He's an entrepreneur.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He was about 25 years ago.
He still is.
Fuck him. No, he's not.
Do you know how many companies
he's a disease.
He's not. Oh, my God.
He is a disease that spreads
and
just envelops every other
So if he wasn't
organism.
as successful, would this still be the case?
Fine with him.
Oh, okay then. It's just because he's a successful businessman.
It's not that
you
he's
don't like
successful. It's the model that he's created.
it. But that's...
I've got nothing against success.
But isn't it other companies' faults for not keeping
No.
up?
How do you keep up when the thing is you can't keep up with what consumers? If
So Toys R Us closing is Jeff Bezos' fault?
I mean he's been a byproduct of it,
Or is it Toys R Us' fault
but
for
that's
not
also the internet in
competing
general.
online?
But no, you say that, but again, I'm not saying that no company should thrive. We've got a podcast about this. Go back to episode 17.
I'll disagree.
But he is like a virus that spreads, and just as soon as he hits you, you're done. You're gone. He just consumes everything. I'm telling you, within 20 years, Everest is going to have the Amazon logo embedded into the
I'll be
rock.
saying this when you're watching the Premier League games on Amazon Prime.
I
next
don't.
year.
I don't watch them on there.
You will be though.
I won't.
And he fucking owns them all.
I won't. I won't. We'll be in the championship anyway, so I don't care. So that was also in July.
Long live Jeff.
Also in July. No, that was August. So next is August,
August.
when worst brown person ever, Rishi Sunak.
Who?
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak.
That dude.
Right.
Worst brown.
Rishi
Rishi.
Sunak.
I mean, you know the brown
What did
guy.
you call him?
Rishi Sunak.
It just sounds like you sneezed.
Worst brown guy ever.
Right.
Declared that as a country, we've had a bit of a rough time economically
Yep.
because of that whole virus nonsense going on.
Right.
So how about you all go out to eat immediately?
Oh, yes. Eat out to help out.
The very eloquently named Eat Out to Help Out.
Did you eat out to help out?
I did,
I didn't.
but I didn't. It was my friend Steph's birthday on the 3rd of August. So we went for food and it just happened to land in that window.
Because it was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, weren't it?
Monday to Thursday, I think.
And then, to be fair, I think it did help because a lot of restaurants said it
helped
kept
get
them going.
COVID.
No, it kept them going,
It helped us a second.
but also
Coming.
they continued doing it afterwards, didn't they? Like they put their own money into giving 50%.
Some
off
did,
and
yeah.
stuff like that.
But still, it's been proven now.
Yeah, I think the sentiment was right, just the timing was wrong. Personally,
Yeah. No, I mean,
think if they'd done it, say, in January, February next year,
I've got nothing against the sentiment of it.
but I
but-
think that's been the biggest, the takeout from most decisions. It's like I know you hate me saying it, but they're trying their best
No.
with the advice that
No.
they've got.
No.
And
No.
nobody
No.
expected it to keep going on for this long, did they? Nobody did.
Okay, for example, today, Japan have closed their borders. What day are we on? No, from tomorrow they're closed.
Right.
Sorry, from 2 days ago. Obviously, it's not Wednesday today when this comes out because this isn't live. But basically, on Friday, they had a case of the new strain in Japan. So Saturday, they declared that they're closing the borders on Monday.
Right.
That's how quick they acted.
Okay. Yeah, but that's 12 months into the pandemic.
But we're still acting too late now.
But how?
Because we're still changing rules day to day. Keep in mind, Christmas was... They had a lockdown in... We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Right. So, August. Are we in August? We are. Tenet.
No! Tenet!
Tenet.
Tenet!
The movie. Tenet.
Ten-it. Ten-it. T-E-N-E-T.
Tenet.
Ten-it. Not
Tenet.
Tenet. There's no double N in it. Tenet. It's not French. Tenet. Tenet. The loudest movie ever in cinemas. Tenet.
No, Dunkirk was the loudest movie.
Wrong. Tenet has been proven to be the
Oh,
loudest.
is it actually
yes.
been proven?
It's
Is it
actual
actually?
True life, yes. And also the most confusing, apparently.
It's not that confusing.
I haven't seen it still.
It's shit.
People have, yeah, probably why you didn't think it was confusing.
It's not confusing because I'm not an idiot and I understood it.
I still haven't seen it.
A lot of people watch that film and go, I don't understand it. Like, well,
A lot of people have watched that film 4 times.
yeah,
and still
but
don't understand
maybe
it.
you're an idiot. Right, that film tries to be cleverer than it is.
Right, okay.
So I'm not saying
Comment down below if you found Tenet.
Tenet.
This is a man who understood it but can't fucking say it.
I mean, I'd rather be on one side of the fence than the other.
Did you understand that film, Tenet? What, Tenet? Oh, clearly you didn't. You
Clearly
dumb
you
fuck.
didn't get it.
You dumb fuck.
I
You
have
can't
no
even say
problem
it.
with my mispronunciation of Tenet.
Tenet.
But yeah, it premiered. It was the only film really to premiere in cinemas this year.
It was literally that, Cats.
That was a step pre-lockdown. Cats was.
And That's it.
Post-lockdown, Christopher Nolan was the only one who went, you know what, fuck it, let's just do it. I believe in the beauty of cinema.
2020, literally, there was 2 films.
And about 7 people went to watch it.
I didn't watch it at the cinema. I know a couple of people that did.
I used to be a Christopher Nolan fan, which is why I went to watch it. And I'll still go and watch it because I was a fan. I still am a fan.
He did Dunkirk as well, didn't he?
Yeah, piece of shit film.
I didn't. That was
Piece
a
of shit
long
film. And the thing, I think people are too afraid to say it's a piece of shit because it's Christopher Nolan.
And because of the sentiment behind the film.
Yeah, but he's like, just because the Rolling Stones did some good albums in the 60s and 70s, that doesn't mean every new album that comes out is good.
True.
You're allowed to go. They used to be good.
Oh, well, fireworks fell over.
Fireworks fell over. You got too explosive. You're welcome for that one. So it was a piece of shit, much like most of his films the last 10 years. But anyway, that came out. It was only that was a weird experience. I went to the cinema, I had to wear a mask.
I didn't go. I thought that was the ultimate.
When was Birds of Prey? Because you watched that at the cinema as well. Was that pre-lockdown?
That was last year, I think.
No, it was this year.
Was it?
I swear it was.
I think it was.
Was it not? Oh,
I think so. But no, I didn't go because I thought if there's a COVID infested place to be,
it's sat in a room.
The recycled air in a
for like 4 hours, however long that film was.
It's going to be the place.
It's not the best for it.
I didn't go.
That's fair. You made a wise decision.
I didn't go.
Mainly because it's shit.
Above eat out to help out, there's a word that says prostate.
I know, and I have no idea.
It was that man that, I know what it was. A man sued the doctor because, do you remember? Because he made the man ejaculate during during a prostate exam. So he sued the doctor. Something like that where he goes up. Yeah, he sued his doctor because
Shouldn't have sued him. Shouldn't have tipped him.
Because he made him ejaculate during a prostate exam. So he went, I'm not having this. I'm not gay. Sue your ass. And that's it.
He touched his magic button.
He touched his magic button.
He exploded like fireworks on New Year's Eve.
Correct. Good pops.
And then went,
whoa, this is a bit gay. I'm going to sue you to show how not gay I am. And that's what he did. He sued the man.
Do you reckon since then?
He's had a lot of trouble with his prostate and has to keep going back to get it checked. 100%. Do you want a bit more rum in there? Jesus fuck. What did you say at the beginning of the podcast?
I can't remember.
I'm not gonna drink any more gin, rum.
I mean, it is what it is now.
He committed.
I'm pouring blind here.
I mean, we're in July, August, so
yeah, we're nearly the end of the year.
One thing that will make you drink a lot of rum is the fact that Macaulay Culkin turned 40 this year.
He turned 40? Fucking Macaulay.
You've probably all watched his films recently over the last week or so.
I watched Home Alone 1 and 2.
I watched Home Alone 2.
On Christmas Day.
Lost in New York.
That's shit.
I like that one.
1's better.
I like
2
that
is
one.
the exact same film.
1, 2, I was crying at number 2. When he's throwing the bricks at him.
Yeah,
Here's
the thing,
so
right?
fucking funny.
Watching 1 and 2 back to back, there's a couple of times in the first one they would have died. Like the paintings to the head is going to cause you some severe trauma.
2,
every time, everything they did, we electrocute him for 15 minutes on the taps.
Sets him on fire and then goes, dunk your head on that paraffin, and the whole bottom floor explodes. The windows are smashed, everything, and he just goes, oh, top of my head's a bit hot.
And his teeth are a bit greasy.
Yeah.
I'm like,
they fall 3 floors
honestly,
on their face.
That's a pure. And I saw a thing that someone put up, like he could have called the police at any point.
Yeah.
He's hunting these men.
I love 2 was
so honestly, the bricks just having 4 bricks.
Up, it would crack his skull.
4 bricks to the head.
4 times. So good.
I think
that's what makes it more funny.
That's
than
a
the first
snuff
one.
movie.
It's so.
It's
funny.
a full. I've seen.
And he threatens him with a machine gun in his hotel room like it's the most normal thing.
The weirdest thing is in the first one where he does the machine gun thing to the pizza guy. And I'm like, you paid him anyway. Like he's got his money.
That's right. It's the same video, isn't it?
No, it's Angels with Dirty Faces in the first one. It's Angels with something else in the second one. It's the same actor,
but it's
a film within a film.
That's right. I think it is. I prefer the second one. I think, and I think because it's in New York, and I think New York's a lot more festive at New Year. And
the thing is, as well, the mom gives so much more of a fuck in the first one. In the second one, she's almost like he's made it once. He'll be all right. There
is that as well. Where what the hell does his dad do for a living?
Yeah, because he's got a house.
But then when they go, he's in New York. The mom just stands up and goes, "We're all going to New York."
Yeah.
Okay, then 15 plane tickets,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
There's a couple of
Also,
$5,000.
Uncle Frank is a prick.
Yeah, prick.
He'd
And Buzz.
be the
Fuck
first
Buzz.
one. Yeah, Buzz is such an asshole.
Buzz would be like that at school, but he would be the guy that still lives at home when he's 40.
Yeah, because he's ugly as fuck as well.
And like can't get a girlfriend.
Yeah, no,
because
not at all.
nobody likes him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's got no social
He just
skills.
bullies every girl he
He's
fancies.
just like he's that guy that
Yeah,
no
he
one
is.
likes, and you're like, you'll get what you fucking deserve, Buzz. You
And he's probably that way because Uncle Frank touched him.
100%.
You know what I mean? Uncle Frank is the one on the plane who's refusing to wear a mask.
Oh, all day long.
What I mean?
Yeah. Uncle Frank is 100% sharing 5G conspiracies.
Yes.
He is that guy, and his wife's just.
His all lives matter.
His wife is just burnt out.
There's a bit in the
She's
first
like,
one
oh,
where she realizes
God.
she's lost a kid, and he's like, "I forgot my reading glasses."
that is yeah.
That's Uncle Frank.
Uncle Frank is pandemic.
But I did see
He's a Trump supporter.
He's a Trump supporter. 100%.
He's a Trump supporter.
100%.
Yeah.
But though, given that how rich his parents are and how much tax they probably pay, they're probably all Trump supporters.
True.
But also, I did see that the pigeon lady was apparently spending Christmas alone this year. And a part of me really wanted Macaulay Culkin to invite her.
She was what?
But she put a thing out. I think she got interviewed.
Right.
She must get interviewed every year, right?
Right. Well, yeah, wheel her out.
like,
yeah.
like we're literally
Like Bublé.
Bublé,
Yeah.
Mariah Carey, Pigeon Lady.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What's your plans for Christmas?" "I'm probably going to spend it alone." And they're like, "Oh." And I really wanted somewhere
Piers
inside of
Morgan.
me Macaulay to invite her and give her the other turtle dove.
Have you not seen all the likenesses of against Piers Morgan?
Piers Morgan had to actually come out and say that he's not heard.
Yeah,
didn't he?
because his son shared the tweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his son watched it and tweeted something like, "Good to see my dad getting wheeled out at Christmas again." And he's like, "What?" Just to let you know that I am not in Home Alone and I am not the pigeon lady.
I mean, it's good to know.
He's a
Did
bear.
I wake Scarlett up that time?
No, she's outside because she's left the back door open.
I wonder why it got really
That's why
cold.
it's gone really cold. And you've ballooned, you felt.
Oh,
everything's gone to
mate.
shit, look.
The set's gone to shit.
Oh, dear. What
Okay,
else
we can
happened?
fix
We're
this.
still in August. Chadwick Boseman died.
Oh, R.I.P. man.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda forever.
Oh, it's that, weren't it?
It's the X.
Sorry.
That was the 28th of August. He passed away.
WAP.
What was that? It? Is that Chadwick's dead? WAP.
So I'm not talking about anything else, just WAP.
WAP came out, and every single fragile, masculine man in the world went, "Should I be singing about that?"
I also hope that everybody that suffers with WAP got all the medical help that they needed for the year. It's stay strong. Stay strong.
Is that your narrative that you're going with? Is that your
All you WAPers out there, stay strong.
your WAPers?
You WAPers out there.
But yeah, WAP came out, and every man went, "Should be singing about that," whilst singing to Eminem murdering his wife and putting her in the back of his
I don't think
car.
I've ever sang to WAP, if I'm honest.
Okay, I haven't sang to it.
I don't think I've sat in the car and belted out Wet and Gushy once.
Wet and gushy.
Not once.
I mean, I've never played it in my car because I was listening to my own music and I haven't got that song. But I understand its place in the grand
I
scheme
mean,
of
yeah.
music.
I just don't think I was that bothered.
That's fair. That was even the WAP though. That seems like it was years
last
ago
long,
that
did
came out.
It didn't last long. It
But-
was literally
but what
played,
does-
It was played in the charts for as long as it needed to be. And then it fell off the face of the earth.
No, I think it's
and it was like it was forgotten from the radio playlists.
But it absolutely was one of those songs. Yeah, but I mean, it's edited to fuck on the
That's
radio,
what I mean.
so that's
It's like
probably
anything
why.
like that.
As
It's
soon
like-
as you didn't have to play it, you didn't
It's
play
like
it.
Eminem songs, like certain ones, they just don't ever get played anymore. They literally get played for the time that they're in the charts. And then when they reach like 20 and below, they're like, nope, forget them. Gone. See you later.
Is that one dead, or is there no string on
There's
it?
no string on it, it's dead.
What else happened? California wildfires
Still burning
still burning, but got worse
from March.
because it was dry.
Yep. Some got worse.
That was when Joe Rogan moved to Texas because he went, "Fuck this! My house keeps
done."
going on fire.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Can't
leaving."
blame him.
Yeah,
I mean, and $100 million probably
and
helped.
yeah.
That helped. Shout out to Joe, podcaster,
Yeah.
extraordinaire.
Is that competition?
Oh, I bet he's not a fucking Jeff Bezos figure, is he? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's right.
But how would he be?
Yeah. Anyway, September.
Well, no, because the Beirut port explosion happened as well.
Oh, okay. I thought we was going to skip over that because it was a bit sad.
No, 'cause it was colossal.
It was colossal.
The explosion that happened was...
What did it? Was it a gas explosion?
I think it was gas. That's what I put it down to. And if there's anything further come out since then, I haven't really
Probably
seen anything else
conspiracy.
about
It
it.
was.
But
5G
it was like every Michael Bay explosion.
It was like literally
All of them.
It looked like the aftermath of a Transformers film.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what it looked
It was so visually... Sorry about all the death and stuff. But visually, it was like, fuck me.
You can see why.
But then it got sad afterwards.
Yes.
What else happened? Oh, and...
That was it.
I've got Deftones written down here. Was that then or was that September? That's a personal thing.
September.
Deftones are my favourite band in the world, and they released a new album called Ohms, which everyone was very excited about.
Ohms.
Ohms.
Okay.
And it was a good album. So that happened.
Okay.
You were more excited about Starlink.
Yes. They sent up 40-odd satellites to give internet to the world.
Is that what it was for?
Yep. And there's talk. I think there's a fair few up there now, and people are starting to trial it now. The beta, and it's bringing internet to the wilderness, basically. So where you're off grid, you can now get a little satellite dish.
So if you're on a little island somewhere, or
Called Dishy.
Called Dishy.
Dishy. It's like a little tiny aerial, like a little. Well, it's about. I don't know. It's probably about a foot square, and it's called Dishy, but it's round. And you have to be within a certain, because of where the satellites are currently, they're only in a certain part of the orbit of the atmosphere. You have to be pointing, I think it's 48 to 52 degrees on the compass. If you can see line of sight in a certain part, you get the dish and you get the internet. And that's going to be worldwide, finally, with, I think they said, 40,000 satellites total.
He's putting up 40.
Yep. 40,000 satellites in total. So then basically it'll complete a full grid.
So when people say like aliens are out there and they're not visiting us, it's because they can't go through all the satellites.
And you've seen Independence Day, right? They just smash through that shit. But yeah, that's the plan with Starlink. But if you could, I think there was 60 went up and you could actually see them.
I saw them.
Yeah,
I went out a couple of times and I saw...
Every certain time.
They go really slow.
Yeah, but they're perfectly timed one after another. And
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
cool as fuck. It was cool.
It was all right.
It was. Oh no, there's another film came out, but that wasn't at the cinema.
It was Mulan,
Yeah,
which is a big, huge release.
yeah.
And that was the first film that was massively affected by COVID.
Wasn't it like a real life remake, or was it
Yeah.
more
So
lifelike?
no, so you know how they're remaking all of them.
Yeah.
Basically, I think Walt Disney had it in his will that they have to redo every film every 20 years or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I
Right.
didn't realise this until this year.
Right.
So apparently it's in his
I
thing. It's
didn't
like you
know
have to redo them all the time.
You and them fucking big hands. Stop it.
I've had rum in me now. That's what happens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they released it on Disney Plus for rental.
And then, so they wanted everybody to pay £10 a month extra for Disney Plus, and then went, oh, and by the way,
You got to pay £10 for this film
we'll
as
pay
well.
another £10 for this film as well. And everyone
Even
went,
though we were
nah.
releasing it on for free in December anyway.
And everyone went, nah,
No.
nah.
So that came out. Premier League started again a couple of months later than normal.
Yes, quicker, sooner, later.
Later.
Because it's normally like May time. isn't it?
No, so May ends, August it starts.
Oh, okay.
So it started in
Yep.
September. No, yeah, so it's normally like the first week of August.
President Trump was going to cancel TikTok.
He decided he didn't like TikTok. Basically, he found out what TikTok was and then went, no, I don't want that anymore.
No. Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk came out with a remake.
Went it like 20 years or something?
Yeah,
like
I
that?
think it was, 99, I think that was the first one. So it was about that. So it was 20 years since Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and Pro Skater 2 came out. So he
It was
remastered. I was so excited.
It was pretty much the same game, though.
It
wasn't
was exactly the same
It
game.
was the same.
But better
fucking
graphics, same soundtrack, but with some
courses.
newer songs.
Whatever.
Yeah, but it was tits. It was awesome.
I didn't play it.
Big fan.
I didn't play
I played it. I played the fuck out of it
I didn't
for
play
about 3 days and then went, oh, okay.
It's the same.
I've played this before, 20 years ago. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. She was
Oh, yes.
the second ever woman to serve in the Supreme Court and a big activist for women's rights and gender rights and stuff like that in the US. She died, which was a big
Yeah.
deal. Probably not here, but over there it was a big deal. A man ate 413 nuggets.
my personal highlight of September, if I'm honest. Starlink aside,
Yeah.
this is kind of my...
Man ate
I
413
kind of feel like it's my spirit animal.
nugs and died. And the first reply on Reddit when someone posted it was, so 412's the limit.
412 is the limit. Don't... Wait.
Attack with the devil.
Don't eat more than 412 nuggets.
Don't. Even if you think
One more won't hurt. It will.
it'll kill you,
It will kill you.
that'll be the one that kills you.
It will literally kill you. So,
412.
be
happy
like this
days.
guy.
You married the most genius man in the whole world, Kanye West.
He only eats 412.
Which brings us to October
He knows better.
and the month that Kanye
Yeah, he did.
took his wife
Yeah, he did.
to an island for a birthday, and thus was born the Kardashian hologram.
Oh, this fucking guy. I swear to God. I swear to God. He just... Throughout life, there's very few human beings that have an effect like on so many people.
Pop culture.
Elvis,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
Beatles.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That's Michael Jackson. Like, there's
yeah.
not many.
There's very few.
Throughout history, there's very few.
Yeah.
I think Kanye West will possibly go down
As one of them.
them guys. For
Yeah, I
good
think-
or bad reasons, but pretty much most people, I think, around the world know Kanye West. They know of him.
Yeah.
In some capacity.
He's excelled
And it's not
regular
usually
standards of fame.
for his music. And I think
No.
for his wife's birthday, he fucking excelled
Wasn't there a
himself.
40th as well?
I don't
Pretty
know.
sure it was a 40th birthday. They hired a private island, shipped a bunch of them out, which the internet got mad about because, like, oh, COVID. Like, we all got tested, it's fine. Look at us.
And it
we
was
are-
only them there.
Yeah.
And they're all in a bubble.
And his present was a
Was
hologram of a dad.
was a hologram of OJ Simpson's lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to think that she thinks of him as dad
Probably.
and not as
Yeah.
that murderer's lawyer.
But it was a hologram, full size.
Full size. Which Kanye wrote the speech for.
Yes.
And it included
in that speech
was...
he said about himself,
You married the most genius man in the whole world, Kanye West.
God bless him.
God bless him.
God bless him. And afterwards he said, you're going to be the most amazing mother.
To like, isn't it like
It's
7
almost
kids or
like
something?
he'd paid for a certain amount of speech.
And had to fill in the
And he had to
words.
fill it in, and he's like, fuck, I'm 30 seconds short here. Let's just add 17 mosts in. About me, obviously.
And then about you.
We'll put a couple more in about you.
Yeah.
We've got like 10 seconds to fill
Yeah.
now. There we go, that's it. I've got my money's
Or
worth.
maybe they only had like so much archive footage of her dad talking.
And most, he said most
And
a lot.
most was just the most
O.J.
used
Simpson
words.
is the most innocent man.
And this has been the most trying trial.
Yeah. So he said it a lot. And
Yeah,
we've got
so there's
17
we've got-
different mosts in.
Yeah, like what do we do with them?
Chuck them all in.
I got this.
Chuck 'em-
Don't
Do you reckon
worry.
That's how they done it.
Yeah,
The words
yeah.
from his
Yeah.
interviews and shit
Apparently
like that.
they used that and like a voice coach,
Like an actor,
person.
like a voice
Yeah.
actor.
Well, they use a voice actor to visualize him, to play it off.
Right.
So you have someone who looks like him, like a deep fake.
Yeah. And then
So they deep
CGI
fake
it.
him. Yeah. And then have someone who sounds like him and kind of merge the levels together to make.
I mean, it looked real.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was there.
Oh, it did. Oh, it did look real. It did look real.
The Tupac one was rad. You see the Tupac one
Did
at
they do
Coachella?
like concerts?
Yeah, at Coachella once. So it was Coachella in the US, and it was during a Snoop Dogg set,
He played with Tupac.
and he performed with Tupac. He did it. So there's a duet called
Why only once?
because it was. I think
Why didn't he go on tour?
I don't know. I guess once is more of an impact.
But
And maybe the technology's not there yet to go for a full tour because he did Hail Mary, which is a Machiavelli song, which is Tupac's later stuff. Two of America's Most Wanted, which was a song he did with Snoop.
Right.
So they duetted to a song which they duetted in real life when he was alive.
I mean, you say real life.
Well, non-holographic life. England won the Six Nations.
Finally.
I don't care about rugby, so
After
this
it
is you.
started in February.
That's
it
why
was
it's
like
a
the
big deal.
longest Six Nations ever.
When should they have won it?
Not March.
When should they have? Oh, okay, so it's a month.
So it
Is it like the World Cup?
Kept going on.
Or like the
and
Euros,
on.
I guess.
It's like the Euros, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's only 6 teams in it.
France, England, Wales, Scotland.
I think Australia and New Zealand.
Oh, was I right on the other
I
ones?
think it's almost like the Commonwealth.
Oh, okay
I
then.
think.
France is the Commonwealth.
Might not be Commonwealth then. I don't know. I think
It might not be France.
I'm pretty sure it's the Six Nations and they just kind of play each other. I don't know. I'm not really a rugby.
Sean Connery died on Halloween.
Yes.
Nice.
Was that good?
That was really good. It was like he was in the room.
Yes.
It was like if you had a hologram of Sean Connery, I would have believed that he said it.
Yes.
Borat 2 came out.
Yes, Gamesh.
Was that out in cinemas or was that out on
No, it
Prime?
came out on Amazon.
Oh, was it? That's why I haven't seen it.
Yes. It's...
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Because there was a whole drama about Rudy Giuliani.
Yeah. I mean, it's dodgy.
Is it
I
dodgy?
don't give a fuck what he says.
I've seen the clip.
It's dodgy.
I mean,
Like,
he's stroking her a lot.
They don't cut it.
Yeah.
But it also makes you wonder, like, it makes it more weird because if he tried and said, I knew the camera's there, I was acting, you're a judge for the president of the United States, so that's weird in itself.
Yeah.
But then if he doesn't say that and it was genuinely him, he was still doing it knowing that the cameras was there and the microphones was there, and do you know what I mean?
But what's the payoff to you faking it?
There's no good outcome for him out of that whole
That's
thing.
what I mean. What's the payoff? Like if you were just, I'm fucking around for the cameras.
It's
So
not,
why didn't you declare it?
And also,
Why did you wait to be busted?
why do that?
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that you could have done that was funny rather than trying to sleep with someone.
I'm never going to be.
was a reporter.
I'm never going to be the first person at Rudy Giuliani's defense, but I will say, seemingly, as a man in his older years now, 60s, 70s, I think he was just taking his microphone out.
Wasn't he the
Mayor during
for
9/11? Yeah, he was.
So he'd got this is what I don't understand as well. He'd got a great
So everyone hated him.
before.
And then 9/11 happened.
That's what I'm saying.
And he got a lot of plaudits. His political career has existed on the back of 9/11.
So his reputation was great, and then he became Donald Trump's
Associate,
bitch.
I guess,
basically.
yeah, however you want to put it. He's become very vocal in support of Mr. Trump. He's not President Trump to me. He's not my president, so I can call him what the fuck I want.
I think the dog's locked outside. Carry on talking.
No, the door's open. I can see it.
Oh.
If you want to go and close the door though and get the dog, just in case
Talking.
she's run away. So yeah, there was a whole thing with who we talked about, Rudy Giuliani, who was mayor of New York, coming towards the end of his term when 9/11 happened. 9/11 happened, and all Americans stood behind him because of his efforts in bringing everyone together during 9/11, and now he has associated himself with Trump. Your hat's gone. You just fully you yeeted it. You yeeted it off. You yeeted it off your head.
I love that word.
I know, it's such a good word.
It is a good word.
First use from the podcast of yeet.
It is a good word. I don't say it enough.
You can never
I feel
say
like
it
we
enough.
should say it more.
We should. And then he melted on camera. He did one thing where he booked a speech post-election. So this was in November now. Are we done with October? Trump tried to ban TikTok. That happened in October.
That happened, yeah.
He's still trying to ban.
Still doesn't like TikTok.
Halloween happened. Didn't really. Because we got put into tiers globally.
Was that in October?
Country, yeah, it was.
Was it?
It was all right. So they came in on Halloween.
Wasn't that the second lockdown?
No, it came in. No. So we got put into tiers on the Wednesday. Or the Thursday, and then Halloween was the Saturday. And that was the first day of tiers.
It all just fucking blends into one.
And then November happened.
Okay, are we done with October then? That was quick.
I mean, it wasn't really. Borat, England. Trump got COVID. That happened in October.
Yes, he did.
We completely skated over Boris getting COVID as well, but fuck him.
He got the best care in the world. Boris did, and Donald Trump did, and miraculously they was good to go.
very quickly.
We're good to go.
Trump said he felt healthier after COVID than he did before COVID.
Which makes you wonder, what was he like before?
Have you seen now? There's a thing where people who have COVID smell burnt toast and fish.
Apparently so.
That's a thing now.
Phantom smells.
Like
long COVID, they
long
call it.
COVID, yeah.
If it affected you quite badly, you are now getting phantom smells.
Like not good
Because
things.
you lose your sense of taste and
Not
smell,
like
don't you?
vanilla and
No, burning.
what else is a good smell?
You get burning.
Like cookie dough. I don't know.
Fish. I think it's just more like strong smells, isn't it?
Can we talk about our outfits? I've just realised what I'm wearing. I
It's
forgot.
not like us to change the subject, but
Not
yeah.
at all.
Carry on.
Because it's Halloween. It's not Halloween.
It's definitely not
We
Halloween.
were just talking about Halloween. It's New Year, end of year. We thought we'll have a party.
We'll have a party. This is what we did. We could have just talked about this at the end.
We got Hawaiian
I
shirts.
mean, why not do it in the middle
Have an
of
interlude.
November? You
Have
know
an
what I mean?
interlude. Have an interlude.
Yeah, but what? Should we carry on talking about November?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then
honestly.
December, and then maybe talk
The most
about...
important thing that happened in November was my birthday.
We missed mine in May.
Oh, yeah. Let's get back to May. What happened to your birthday?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Nothing happened to mine.
I didn't.
I went for a walk with my friend Lucy.
I did.
That was my birthday.
I did. Nothing.
Why is Scarlett just opening all the doors? She's become like fucking Tom Cruise in
She's
Mission
bored.
Impossible.
She's bored of our bullshit. She opened the back door and let herself out. Now she's just opened the kitchen door to
And let us
herself
upstairs.
into the living room. Yes, November, your birthday.
Yes.
I'm a Celebrity was on.
No one cared.
I cared.
Sorry, go on.
You need to stop doing this. Just because you don't care doesn't mean that no one else does.
Go on.
Giovanna Fletcher, G,
No idea who that is.
was crowned.
Crowned.
Was crowned.
Crowned.
Was crowned
She deserved that crown.
Queen of the Castle. Because
Queen-
there wasn't in the
She
jungle.
crowned the castle.
She wasn't in the jungle. So
she was
couldn't be-
crowned Queen of the Castle.
She couldn't be Queen of the Jungle, so she was Queen of the Castle.
Queen of the Castle?
Yeah.
With a crown?
Yeah. November. Trump still wanted to ban TikTok.
It still was bad to
Yeah.
talk.
3 months in now.
3 months in.
Best advertising they've ever had.
Literally ever.
It
ever.
was worldwide news
Yeah,
for
yeah.
3 months.
And everyone's like, I better download it before he deletes it.
Yeah.
I didn't. I want to point out.
Lewis
some-
Hamilton became
Seven
times world champion.
that
Formula
deserves.
One. It does indeed. It does indeed. It deserves a...
He also won Sports Personality of the Year.
He did. He did.
For like
He won Spurs Personality of the Year.
good old Lewis, friend of the show. Well,
Friend of the show.
friend of the family.
Friend of the... I'd like to think so.
We've had Nick on.
You know what I mean?
If you don't know.
I think, yeah.
Nick Hamilton, friend of the show.
I think it would be...
So I don't assume Lewis is. He's obviously watched it because his brother was on there.
I'd
But
think so.
yeah.
He's just kept it on the down low.
So he won 7 times.
Same time. Most successful... He became the most successful F1 driver ever, even though he's equal on championships.
With
everything else.
Michael
Everyone
Schumacher.
else surpasses Michael Schumacher.
You saying the GOAT or now?
Am I saying he's the GOAT? Lewis Hamilton?
Mm-hmm.
I think the figures say that for themselves.
What would you say?
I mean, I love him. I've always loved him.
Didn't answer the question.
Even before...
Is he the GOAT?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but he's now 7 times world champion. He's got the most laps. He's led the most laps. Most pole positions, most fastest laps. So, I mean, there isn't a record he hasn't broken.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only record he hasn't broken is youngest F1 driver to win in
A
his
race.
rookie year. In a youngest
Right.
driver to win a race, yeah, which is Max Verstappen by
Yeah,
about 40 days or something like that.
Had he won it and then lost it to someone
I
else?
think possibly he did have it. I think he's like third.
I think as long as he had it once, and if someone's taken over afterwards, because records are meant to be broken.
Yeah, true. But
Because
I mean,
Michael Schumacher was asked after he won his 7th, do you think anyone would ever beat you? As someone said, what about Lewis? And he said, if it's him, if it's someone else, because obviously Lewis at that point, you're not going to focus too much on it. I think he'd been driving. I don't know if he'd won it or won one at that point. But I think records are meant to be broken. So even if his records have been broken
all right,
during
and
his career,
that's the only current record he doesn't hold.
but he probably did hold it at one point.
I think he's 3rd or 4th on the list.
Right, okay. I mean, that's no
So he did have it. He did have it at some point.
I'm saying I'd say GOAT.
But I would as well.
I'd say him, Schumacher or Senna.
I agree. I mean, we've had this conversation before. I think Senna was before my time for really me too.
I mean, I remember Senna, but we're the same age, which I find.
But I probably wasn't necessarily into
F1.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, I was the end of Senna, I'd say, the last few years of his career. Because he died in 94. Right. I remember him at McLaren.
So I don't really remember Senna.
Right. Okay.
I remember Michael Schumacher.
I remember Schumacher.
I was pretty much there.
I remember Schumacher when he was at Benetton.
Most of Schumacher's career, I remember that. But and then McLaren, Jenson Button, all that sort of stuff.
I loved Alonso. Alonso probably is still my favourite driver.
He's back now, isn't he?
He is.
He's back 2021.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say for me, it's probably one of the highlights of the year. Lewis winning.
That's fair.
Winning the championship.
Wasn't really high then. That's fair.
Shutting up all the haters.
I don't. Yeah, fuck his haters. Because the thing is, they hate him for bullshit reasons.
They hate him because he's successful
and because he's black.
Yeah, that's it.
It is.
And because he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have many friends. Because people don't like being told the fucking truth. It's as simple as that.
No, it is. And I think the problem is a lot of people have opinions who they feel validated for nowadays because of, 15 people like that on Facebook. So what do you know? More than you, because I've read.
Because I didn't put my opinion on Facebook.
Yeah. Joe Biden won the election.
He did.
The big...
Well, I mean, did he?
Well, I think he's won it every day.
I think officially he won it, but morally, in Donald Trump's terms.
I think officially he's won it every single day since, because they've done recounts from I think George has been counted 5 times now, and he wins it by more every time.
Yeah.
So it's like, not only did you win, but the more you make us count this, the more you win by, he wins by. So yeah, we've got less than a month now.
Till he's gone.
Till he's in.
Till Twitter can ban his Twitter account.
Yeah, Twitter has said once he's gone, he can ban him.
I
want 3 things to happen. The week Donald Trump leaves, I want Melania to leave him.
Yes.
I want Twitter to ban him.
Yeah.
And I want Kanye to come out and say, I was just fucking around.
I didn't like him.
Well, the whole thing was that Kim Kardashian got some... she was very vocal in trying to get someone out of prison or something.
Yeah, that's kind of her thing, though, isn't it? She's protesting for death row rights.
Yeah.
Prisoners' rights.
Right.
Trying to get their cases reread or get them off death row or whatever.
So, and there's a big theory that the reason Kanye went crazy, inverted commas, was to aid that. So I'm hoping now it's done.
To aid what?
Her aim to get people off death row.
What, to give her more
so if
publicity?
Yeah, well, no, to give the case more publicity so Donald Trump would agree and do the right thing.
Oh, okay.
So the reason he wore the hat and everything, because he said on Joe Rogan, I'm a Bernie fan, even though I wore the hat. He said it on the podcast. So I'm not a Trump fan, I'm a Bernie fan. And I wore the hat. He said it like that, and I wore the hat.
What?
Yeah, so he wanted Bernie to win. Even this time he wanted Bernie to win. He's not a Trump fan. He's a Bernie Sanders fan. Colonel Sanders, your good friend, Colonel.
The chicken master.
Chicken man. Not to be confused with chicken fucker.
Not that chicken man.
That's not in our list.
I mean, it's not
we
a
had
bad
a podcast.
Thing. It's not a bad thing.
Dedicated to it, so.
Carry on.
But I'm hoping that, the day...
They branded him the 2020's biggest loser as well, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Time Magazine.
Imagine how much Time Magazine branded Donald Trump,
D-Trump,
biggest loser of 2020.
And the thing is, I don't think I've ever had a biggest loser before.
No.
But it's just because he uses that word.
And it's because he hates anybody thinking that he's a loser.
Yeah. I mean, he is.
We need to just...
Yeah, we need to... What can we hurt him with the most?
Exactly.
The thing is, though, he's going to be so publicised going forward. Next year, there's going to be a lot of Donald Trump. Because everyone can interview him now.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? He hasn't got to be going on as president, because as president, you're limited to your... You can't go on Saturday Night Live when you're president.
And say what you got to say.
You know what I mean? But when you're out of office...
Yeah. Ex-President Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Get that fucking air, that dirty washing.
And
Donald.
You know the day after, everyone's
he's
like...
going to be everywhere.
Absolutely everywhere. And his fans...
And it's, oh God, I didn't even think of that. It's all going to be, this is what they did to me. This is why I'm so bad. I should never have lost.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so. I hope he gets fucking... What's your man that fucking...
Jeffrey Epstein?
No, the guy in the back of the fucking caddy that got...
Oh, John F. Kennedy?
Yeah, that guy.
I mean, I don't wish death on anyone, but if he was to die...
No, let's not say that.
Yeah.
It's...
That's fireworks, not gunfire. All the buttons. Vaccine, November. The vaccine was announced.
Is that November?
Yeah. There was a vaccine coming out into the world.
Yes.
For all of you people.
Thank the fucking Lord.
And everyone went, I don't want that.
I don't want that. I know what I'm talking about.
I don't want to be injected.
I'm a scientist. I know better than you. I'm a scientist.
Or
Get in the bin, Karen.
Yes.
Take fucking Steve with you.
Yes.
Monoliths.
Monoliths.
Monoliths. Remember
Monoliths.
Remember Monoliths?
So Utah, Monolith appeared.
Yep.
And they all started appearing. And we're still none the wiser, but no one cares anymore.
Literally it went...
And the last couple of days, one appeared made of gingerbread in San Francisco.
Gingerbread?
Gingerbread.
I mean, that makes sense. Festive.
It's
Did they
beginning
eat
to
it?
look a lot. One person took a bite out of it.
I bet everyone else was like, oh, COVID.
Yeah.
Oh.
And one person was like, gimme.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's what we've got to the point now where monoliths are appearing in gingerbread form. Because apparently aliens celebrate Christmas too.
I mean, why not? We're going to need some more party poppers for the end. Let's mind you. That brings us into our current month.
Wait, was that everything?
We don't need all of this shit.
Yeah, we
Jesus
do.
Christ.
December. Sorry, I grabbed everything that was near me. I don't know. I done fucked up.
Massive fucking hands. So now we're in December. TikTok still didn't get cancelled. TikTok still didn't get cancelled. He just forgot about it.
We're celebrating. Yeah, he basically just went, I was trying to ban what?
He went, do you know what? I think me being cheated out the election is more important than TikTok. So, wasn't it down to the fact that it's owned by the Chinese?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think that's where it all came
Yeah,
from.
because he was saying they're like getting. That's
Too
what it
much
was.
information,
Yeah.
And they banned Huawei.
They're basically
and
learning all the
5G
dance moves,
and-
the floss.
Yeah, the Chinese, they're well into their dance.
They really are.
So they're getting too many dance moves off us Americans.
So we need to ban it.
We need to stop it.
France closed its borders to the UK, which Britain went, wait, what? I thought we were leaving you.
Brexit actually happened.
Well, we'll see.
Finally.
We'll see.
It's happened.
We'll see.
Signed, sealed, delivered. Oven ready chicken.
We'll see.
Done.
That was really loud. I like that.
There was another COVID.
Talking like this all the time.
We're doing
now.
a quick highlight
Sorry,
now.
go on.
COVID 20.
It's still 19. I think just call it 20.
Give it the new strain in it.
That's what I'm saying. Call the new one 20.
I'm calling it 20.
All right, COVID 20.
It's not any more dangerous. It's just a little bit more dodgy.
I've heard it's more dangerous and kids can get it.
It's not more dangerous. It's just a little more.
I'm not celebrating kids getting it.
It's 70% more catchable. There's probably a proper scientific term for it. I'm saying catchable. And more vaccines.
Vaccines rolled out. People actually have been
What was her name?
vaccinated. Susan, Helen, Katie.
Probably fucking Karen.
No,
I can't remember her name.
she was 96 years old. And all the memes.
She wasn't 96.
She was old as fuck.
She was old, but
She was older than time.
96.
She was older than
She
Jesus.
might have been actually.
And everyone was like,
Bill Gates is now controlling her. Margaret, weren't it? It was Margaret.
it was Margaret.
It was Margaret.
The memes.
I wonder what Bill Gates is going
Were
to do with his
amazing.
first day controlling Margaret.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I think we discussed on a previous podcast. My favourite thing about any important thing that happens in the world now is the memes.
Yeah.
And whoever would have thought that would have been we're the most developed we've ever been as a species. And our way to get through anything is memes.
All that's happened is that memes have become
Is
more
memes.
developed. That's all that's happened.
So 2020 overall has been a bit of a shit show.
Yeah. I mean, personally for me, I have been lucky enough not to suffer with anybody in my family getting ill.
Same.
I haven't really, it hasn't really affected my life other than at the beginning when I lost my job. But I had a nice 3 months off. So that was, not the end of the world. Other than that, really, nothing's in my life has changed all that much.
Mine did because jobs.
Other than that, really, but I got another job. You know what I mean? I cracked on, and
Well, I'm still at my job. But
you're still at your job. You're just not at your
I'm
job.
just at my job. But overall, I think personally, I've had not a good year, not a bad year. I've had a year.
I've got to know my neighbours. I know my neighbours a lot better.
I mean, I feel I'm personally, I'm quite happy where I am in the world.
You're literally the only person that I've seen
Same.
for probably 4 months. Literally, that's pretty much
Like
it.
literally, yeah, we speak each other every day, and then we'll do this.
And that's it, really.
But
Don't go anywhere, don't do
I
anything.
do think on a personal level, I've had quite a good year. I think
Mine hasn't been bad. Like, I haven't...
things happen.
I think it's the
But-
best that it's... It could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, could have been a lot better.
It's
Could have been a lot
simple as
worse.
that.
It's
Could have
a
been a lot
year.
worse.
I think the thing is that people have lost people.
Yeah.
So in the grand scheme of things, anything that isn't that is.
Yeah. That's
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
How am I
yeah.
going to sit here and go, "Oh, this shit
it's-
year"?
Everyone's lost their holidays, they've lost their jobs, this, that, and the other. But if you haven't lost a family member, surely
doesn't
you're
really
winning.
fucking matter.
Surely you're winning.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I went to 21 countries in 2018. If I didn't go to any this year, it's cool. I've got that fallback.
You've still got your mum and dad.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
It's as
yeah,
simple
yeah.
as that.
Yeah,
You've still
exactly.
got your mum and dad.
So in the grand scheme of things,
yes,
I think
agree.
I do think 2021. Let's not go into it going, "Thank fuck that's over."
No,
It's not over.
no,
It's not over
no.
at all.
I do want to say a thank you to all the guests that we've had.
Yes.
Andy Harris, Jared
Jared
Yander,
Yander.
Nick Hamilton, Johnny Ward,
Yep.
and anyone that we've rang over the months.
Who have we forgot?
No one, that's it.
Pritchard.
Oh yeah, Matt, Laura, G. I forgot
Yep.
about them guys. They was our first guests.
No, they
Probably
weren't.
There was.
Jared was our first
Jared's
on the phone.
Yeah.
And then Pritch, Laura and G.
yes,
And then Nick.
yes,
And then Andy.
yes,
And then Johnny.
and then Johnny. I think
And then Johnny.
we've got more guests for next year.
Are we wrapping up now?
Yeah,
This has been long, actually.
it's been. We're about right.
We're about right.
We're about right.
We're about
But
right.
yeah, we always want to thank our guests. I want to thank all of you guys at home. The last 2 months have been realistically, I think, the most successful of our 10 months of podcasting.
I mean, we took gaps because we had to.
Yeah, but we've been consistent and it's shown that you guys have watched and you've listened. And the listen time is going up massively as well, which is a huge thing. People are listening now for a lot longer. We know
Which is
it's
good.
We know it's a commitment, but we appreciate it. I want to thank you.
I was about to thank you.
I know, but I got there first, so now you're the bad guy.
I was waiting for you to be done with your thanking them, and then I was going to be like,
No,
I want to thank you.
honestly, this podcast has kept me sane throughout
No,
this
I think,
whole
yeah.
year. And I think if we hadn't got this to do, I'm pretty sure I would have gone fucking mad. I seriously think that. If I hadn't been able to sit around this table and shout and scream at 5G nutcases, I would probably be that guy on the street corner with a megaphone, probably getting bundled into the back of a police car.
100% see that happening.
It's saved me getting banned off Facebook, and it's also saved my sanity.
But no, genuinely for me, I think our friendship has definitely developed a lot.
100%. Yeah.
I think you've gone from that guy I used to go to school with to my mate Jake, who I see every once in a while, to one of my best mates.
Yeah, agreed.
I do talk to you now, I think, more than anyone.
Yeah, same.
Like, by a significant amount as well.
Same. Yeah.
And I love this.
Yeah.
I genuinely, like, saying thank you to everyone who does listen. But honestly, I'd be happy doing this with you if no one listened.
Same.
Please continue to.
Please listen.
It
He
does
does
help.
work really
I
hard.
really,
as well.
you do as well.
He does all the edits.
you do all of this.
He does
you get the
everything.
guests.
Well, yeah, it's a
We're a
team.
good team.
Go team.
We're a good team. We
Good
are a great
team.
team. But genuinely, I think.
Just leave them there.
I mean, it's
fine.
happening now, isn't it?
It's there. It's not
you know
gonna
what?
go
No,
any-
it's about to. It's about to. We're wrapping up.
They're not going to fall any further. But yeah, so I think that comes to the end of our very last
Podcast of
Podcast
20.
for
Well, we should have been on
20.
about 40 odd, which is how much we've fallen back. We've done 25 episodes.
Well, the plan was one a week, 52
Yeah.
weeks a year. We've done 25.
Yeah, so we have fallen back because
So
of COVID
strap
and
in
stuff
for
like
next
that.
year.
But no, I
Strap
think
in.
the thing is, it's funny because I listened to episode 3 and 5 again this week just to get edits because we're doing clips and stuff like that. We've changed so much.
Good.
For the better, I think. There's
Good.
so much more comfort here now. And before it was almost like, what should we talk about? Whereas now we just talk about, we don't plan it. We
No,
don't.
fuck you, done it show.
This is the most planned we've got
Don't it show.
with,
But that is true.
and it said BP hitter on there. So
Right, you're
that's,
mumbling. Stop mumbling. We're going to say
honestly,
thank you again. We will see you.
I
in-
want to just quickly say,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
this isn't, I am sober this time.
We're going to work on this for next year.
We will.
Sonny ending the podcast.
If you need to new year, new you.
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's all I want to say. I wish every one of our listeners a good 2021.
Yes.
It's going to be heavy. It's going to be, yeah, but power through it.
Power through it. You'll get there. We love you all. Thank you all.
I love you.
Happy Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
God bless. Peace and love. Look after each and every single one of you.